contributed.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Hot start right out of the blocks.
Welcome to
Hi.
NPR.
Yeah,
Hi.
The quietest voice in
hold on.
politics.
Let's give Tim one more shot at this. Hold on.
Stop that.
Give it an air horn.
You know,
Can I do the air horn?
no.
No,
Shit
no
ain't
one's going to
working.
hear it. No one's going to hear it because StreamYard sucks.
Here, if you
Where's the
present
air
your screen, let's try this. Present your
Oh.
screen,
Yeah, sure.
and then
Share
we're gonna
screen.
and then we're gonna do this. Hit your air horn. Nothing.
Nothing? All right,
Nothing.
hold on. What about...
Not a thing.
No.
I can hear it, but you can't hear it?
No, it should be because you're sharing your audio, right?
Yeah.
We should be able to hear the whole thing.
Nothing.
Nothing, dog.
Nope.
I got
Whatever.
you, homie. I got you. Don't worry about it. Watch it. I got you.
There we go. Mikey's going to be in charge of the sounds because everything sucks.
Until the video starts, and then it's back to you.
So hi and welcome to Unboxed Politics. My name is Tim. This is the political review show where we watch videos and make fun of people because sometimes you just gotta laugh.
So what we got, fentanyl coming in. We've got all these undocumented sex harassment people coming in.
These sex harassment people.
American politics.
With your puberty. Honka honka, we're all gonna die. Anyway,
So it's gonna be that kind of show. It's been a week.
Who's with you?
Mikey's
Mikey's
missed his soundboard.
I have co-hosts, several of them.
Those uppity women now.
Yes.
Never
I was
gets
gonna do them one
that
at a
old.
time. Get your ass back up there.
What?
Call
All
'em
right.
out. Who you got?
Ollie. He's from Canada.
I am.
Keeping our elbows up, bud.
I'm gonna need you to be drug tested.
I know nothing. Nothing.
I don't.
Off
Not
the
about drug
charts.
tests.
And then there's Mark. He's not from Canada.
He wishes he was.
I am basically Southern Canadian. Just saying.
That's only a thing to Minnesota.
I identify as Canadian.
And then there's Mikey. He's our
girls
producer.
Are fighting, aren't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's me. I'm Tim.
Which Tim?
are.
wait, I got it.
We do not care.
Okay, going
Aw,
on.
That's rough. That's mean.
Wait, I have something else.
You live for it and you die for it.
It is insufficient and deeply disturbing.
The board's gone great.
It's called something.
Gentlemen, before we get to the show proper, I have a clip to show you that's not
thank you.
going to be reviewable because there's so many people in it, but I think it has to be seen.
Bracing for
Okay.
impact, bracing for Titanfall.
Yeah.
I
What are you
control
doing?
have to deal with other crimes that they're
Yes.
solving.
And apologies, I just have 10 seconds left. But when they say illegal versus legal immigration, they are trying to end legal status in the United States as well. Correct, Governor Pritzker, with the end of TPS and making people undocumented by removing legal status, ending legal status, and then having the audacity to call them illegal when they were here documented, correct?
Taking students' visas away from people, taking their legal right to be in the United States away from them when they've been granted maybe years earlier to stay.
So I don't want to hear about how this is about illegal versus legal immigration. They are attacking legal status and removing legal status. The Republican majority is anti-legal immigration in the United States. And I want to make that very clear, and I yield back.
Chair now recognizes
Mr. Chair. Unanimous consent request.
Mr. Frost.
Unanimous consent request into the record a NBC article. Senator Alex Padilla removed from news conference with Homeland Security Secretary Noem.
All right.
That was happening as this was going down.
Without objection to order.
I have another one. The Hill article. Padilla forcibly removed from Noem press conference.
Without objection to order.
And I have a third one. Axios Democratic senator forcibly removed from DHS press conference.
Without objection to order.
Mr. Chair, also, we were just talking about this. I want to know if you can commit to working with us so we can subpoena.
You're out of order.
So
Chair recognizes
I have
Ms.
a point.
Green
I have a point of order.
No.
I have a point of order.
State your point.
We need to subpoena.
That's
dude was just like, no.
Just because he didn't begin his sentence with the rule that he's trying to cite, it doesn't mean that he's not citing a rule.
Out of order. Nope. Out of order.
No.
Lead with that as the word. The first word. Say other words first.
You didn't start with the word.
Talk about this. So I'm allowed to say I would like to talk about. Like
no.
Just name the law I'm breaking.
Chair recognizes
we just
Ms.
talked
Green
about this
that's
earlier.
Not a point.
We talked.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
Whose disembodied voice is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I heard an interesting rumor today while we're taking this momentary pause. Apparently, the idea has been floated that red states will mobilize their National Guard units and send them into blue states to quell unrest.
I believe they call that invasion.
Sounds like such a bad idea.
International Civil War 2.
What if blue states stop providing money to red states?
Then they would fail. But we don't want to talk about that. That's
California, the governor of California, Governor Newsom, addressed that very topic when all of these Trump said the federal government will stop giving California money or whatever. And Newsom was like, California
what money
gives way more money to the federal government than it takes.
Yep, 100%.
Oh, sorry, Mikey, we muted you because
you are
we
muted, Mikey.
We didn't know what was going on. I fixed it.
She was standing on the arm of the couch.
Oh God!
What the fuck?
Yeah,
made it. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, there's times when you have to react fast with your kids, dude. I remember
I'm
once.
like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
remember
yay,
once-
this is fun.
She's dancing to fucking Tangled when fucking Rapunzel and Eugene are in the boat with the lanterns and everything. She's got a foot up with her arm out, like fucking singing to the high heavens. You psychopathic little girl, what are you doing? God,
Yeah,
he's
sweating
climb
now.
Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Captain
My son
Morgan
did
on the
something
edge of the
stupid
couch.
when he was about 2.5 years old. He was I was taking a casserole out of the fucking oven, and I had my hands full of casserole, and he comes charging up next to me, basically looking like he's about to dive in the fucking hot oven that's at 450 degrees. Yeah.
And you kicked him.
Oh yeah, the foot shot out. I booted him. He was like, no.
Sometimes you got to sweep kick. I'm sorry about that. Sorry for my outburst, but
I mean, it was either that or drop the food. So
she was out there trying to end the bloodline. What you doing? She tried to jump off.
The famine's line nearly ended.
Jeez.
Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene's disembodied voice appears.
Time.
Thrown to the ground.
Reclaiming my time.
In handcuffed. In his own damn.
Oh, Democrats can't follow the rules. Can't follow the law. Can't follow the rules. Can't follow the law.
Christina Christy Noem. It's
Chair
her
recognizes
staff,
Ms. Green.
DHS federal
There's a
officers
privilege of
that
the
threw a
majority,
US
and that
senator
means
to the
we're in
ground.
charge,
Just
not
this
your
morning we were
side.
talking about this
Because
happening to
you
governors.
lost the
All right, Ms.
election.
Green, we're going to start the
Because
clock.
you
You have
supported
anything
the
to say about
invasion
that?
of our
Cross.
country.
All right.
It's my
Will
time.
you
Hold it.
commit on the record
Stop
to
the
work
clock.
My
on
time.
subpoena
Thank you,
Christy
Mr.
Noem?
Chairman. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
You're out of order. Chair recognizes
Will
Ms.
you
Green.
commit on the
Thank
record
you.
to subpoenaing Christy Noem because a U.S. senator was just thrown to the ground and detained in his own
Democrats
state?
can't follow the rules.
out of
Can't
order.
follow the law.
Will you
Can't
commit-
follow the
Shut
rules.
up. Just shut
Will you-
up.
No, you don't. No,
Just
you're
shut
not going
up.
to tell me to shut up.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened to decorum, guys?
Decorum.
Yeah.
Decorum only matters when we want it to.
Yeah.
Decorum.
Just shut up.
Just shut up.
Sit down.
Will you
Can't
commit?
Shut up.
Follow the
Shut
rules.
up. Just shut
Will you-
up.
No, you don't. No,
Shut
you're
up.
not going to tell me to shut up.
There.
Let's what
You're gonna be
hold
shitting
on.
teeth
How
for a
do
week,
you get
buddy.
You're running.
Not like that.
He has been out of order 6 times. He's trying to get on MSNBC. You probably knocked
I get it.
somebody off
I don't have any problem
MSNBC
getting
to
on
get on there.
MSNBC. That's
Ms.
not
I
what it's
Green,
think
about.
as he's been arrested as a
recognized.
former
Yeah, well,
Antifa
okay,
member,
here.
right?
Back to order,
Antifa.
Ms. Green. Go.
He's
Is she calling a fellow representative arrested as a former Antifa member?
What's Antifa stand for?
Anti-fascist.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, what kind of insult are you trying to sling? Ugly lady. fucking substitute gym teacher ass bitch. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I heard she
like-
really hates being called Magic the Gathering.
because she's neither magical nor people want to two people together.
Because that makes her think she's satanic.
Fucking tons. Decorum ain't just a river in Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
What is going on in these fucking
Yeah, this is
House
crazy.
committee hearings?
You got this ratchet Walmart skank up there, fucking, who don't belong.
He's a
Go.
former Antifa
All right, Ms.
member.
Green,
Mr.
you're
Chairman,
recognized. You got
no
it.
surprise.
Who's a former
Very
Antifa
musky.
member? Me?
Yeah, you.
I asked that these words be taken down.
No, Ms. Green,
Thank you.
you're
I
recognized.
asked
Thank
that
you,
these words
Mr.
be-
Chairman.
He was like, nope, Miss Green, whatever. You can say whatever you want. I guess about another. It used to be
Personalities, I think they call that.
you can't engage in personalities. Now it's Miss Green, say whatever the fuck you want because nothing matters.
And what's up with him? And what's up with him? Oh, you're just trying to get on MSNBC. So
Yeah.
much for being the fucking chairperson. So much for
Being-
upholding decorum while you're sneaking in. You're just trying to get on cable. Like, what is that?
Your Republicans are trying to live in the Fox studio. So, like,
Half the fucking cabinet is from Fox News Studios. So
Yeah.
what is he talking about?
Chairman,
There's a motion.
Governor
Ms. Green
Hochul,
is recognized.
Governor
I asked that
Hochul,
these
you
words be taken
stated
down.
that you're a proud Democrat, proud registered
All
Democrat.
right, we got to
You need to
suspend.
retract.
There's been a parliamentary move. They said they weren't going to do that. What's the?
They
She
said
said- she accused him of being part of the anti-fascist movement, and she's part of
Yep.
the fascist movement, and that's why she's offended.
Yep.
Like, calling someone anti-fascist as a slur is crazy.
yeah,
work.
yeah.
You don't even like fascism.
Just ask you to strike.
oh man, I have to read the rules. Damn it.
If only he hadn't been there for 700 years, so that he should have them memorized. Yeah, you're gonna have to
Okay.
take him. You're gonna have to take him back.
Suspend for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pull it in where it's back, forehead.
Are they actually not doing anything for 2 minutes? We're
And
good.
while we're
There
suspending,
we
we
go.
have votes in about 7 minutes. We're going to try to get 3 more questioners in, then we'll break.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Y'all missing that vote. Person impersonator says, "I heard decorum is carcinogenic." Carcinogenic.
Frost
read
was
words.
arrested.
Rhino,
Mr. Chairman?
Basically it.
I move to revise my remarks.
Oh,
Congressman Frost was arrested in 2021 at a voting rights rally.
is that Antifa?
Is that Antifa?
Without
Oh,
objection?
So,
Proudly.
That is
All right.
anti-fascist, voting.
Without objection.
Yeah. Fix what you said. I know y'all don't like when we make fun of people's like physical appearances, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm over that shit.
Also, she's like the exception.
Like straight up fuck her. Like at this point, they're Nazis. I don't feel bad about making fun of Nazis.
So that
I don't feel bad.
Obviously, there's too many people involved in that clip to properly review it, but can we just put a dishonorable mention for the House Oversight Republicans for being just assholes?
Yeah.
That's too specific. Just make it a dishonorable mention for Republicans.
Republicans.
Let's lump them all together. They like lumping people into groups too. So
Marjorie looks like the wicked bitch of the East. Nice.
The wicked witch of the Russian steppe.
So Mark put a link. Did you put it in the private chat, Mark?
I did.
I don't see it.
It's
put it
in
again. I don't see it.
I can do it again. Hang on.
I got you, dog.
Do it again. But while we're doing that, I have a few videos. So, gentlemen, I have
pineapple.
I have 3 good videos. Fresh fruit.
What kind of fruit?
Yeah, what kind of fruit?
We're talking like honey.
I will turn my camera off.
Cherries.
Honeymelon.
Honey melon. Yeah, honeydew melon. Come on.
Honeydew melon.
Banana. Some nice
little bit of cantaloupe,
seasonal,
maybe.
Seasonal strawberries.
Oh,
moldy strawberries.
Fermented under a log strawberries.
I have a can of pineapple that's been opened and sitting in the sun for months.
Let's do that one first, boys. What do you say?
Yeah, fuck it. Get out of the way.
Let's just while the people are here to go through the pain with us, I think we should hurt as many of our viewers as possible while watching the
pain.
You're welcome.
I think we should spread the despair far and wide.
I know Dead City and I are going to be in a fight.
Oh. Oh, we're
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're only doing the opening monologue. I'm not going beyond that.
Damn
Fruit
right.
that God exists and loves fart jokes. He is a fart joke.
What is your outfit?
All right.
That's not yours.
Impressive. Now do it with your hands.
Huh?
It's Friday, so you know what that means. Let's welcome tonight's guest. His weekend show gives you all the news
the
and
fuck
none
is
of the
that?
kill mead. Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Charlie
Fox
Hurd.
and Friends.
Who is that?
Someone from Fox and Friends.
This goes good with any
Oh,
occasion.
my.
Oh, what is that?
Tom Salute.
Stop. Make it stop.
It's looking right at me.
Oh, God.
We couldn't
Make
get
it
Will
burn.
Kane,
Wow, that makes
so
it worse.
here's Todd Pyro.
Guy from Florida.
And she went from naughty by
Oh,
nature
those
to
are some
balance of
guys.
nature. Host of Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a white boy summer here, huh? Sorry, Kennedy. Before we get to some news stories, let's do this.
God, here we go.
I just want to
Oh
say,
my God, who did the graphics for this?
the look on your face
Oh my God.
during that was priceless.
Who?
Mikey, the look on his face was priceless.
I didn't know I was doing a look. This
You
guy
are.
it just baffles me how bad he is at everything.
Leftovers.
2004 called. They want their
It's
animation
leftovers.
back.
Where I read the jokes we didn't use this week, and as always,
Joe's
it's my
apartment
first time.
graphics.
Wait. This is a segment where he reads the jokes they didn't use.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
Why?
my God,
The
why?
leftovers. The title kind of makes sense now that he
no.
says that.
Yeah, now it makes sense, and I hate it.
So these are
These are the jokes that didn't make the show.
the jokes that
Yeah.
they all thought were
Ollie,
not good.
Why are they putting them on the show now?
Ollie, give me your weed pen and all the hash you got simultaneously. I'm gonna have to triple barrel this bitch.
Here you go.
I'm gonna need all.
I didn't know this existed when I clicked on this clip.
Oh my God. What did I do?
I'm reading them. So if they suck, we'll smear Joe Mackey's ass in peanut butter and send him to the Pride Parade.
What?
Rape jokes.
Probably like that.
It makes sense to me.
All right. Who knew? Oh, you're going to love this.
Someone awkward laughed, and he's like, huh, a laugh.
A laugh. Oh my God, a laugh.
A laugh.
Yeah.
Honey, I am funny.
He got genuinely excited to hear someone chuckle. And that was a nervous, like,
So I've read some books about this in comedy, and there's a few different kinds of laughs. And the little giggle and like the awkward laugh and the one that he's chasing over there is like a C laugh. It's like there's a few people in the audience who laugh, but nobody really cares.
Pity laugh.
Yeah.
C for cringe.
C for cringe. And then there's like a B laugh where like most of the people in the audience laugh and it's a decent joke and they get it. And then there's like the A laugh, which is what you're going for, which is you get a rolling laugh from the whole audience.
Yeah.
And it's a well-timed, and that's what you do an applause break for. He is so desperate for laughs.
Yes.
That he is going after the C laugh.
I need something.
He's going after the bottom of the barrel. 3 guys in the room chuckled, and he's like, yes, I won.
I told you it was funny.
I made somebody grin.
Oh my God.
Yay.
Poor Gina.
Poor Gina. I'm sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
We finally have fans and you try to scare them away.
Hashtag Gina's life matters. Fucking.
No.
That's right. Pride Month is still underway, which means in New York City, all chalk body outlines will feature jazz hands.
Wow.
Sure.
President Trump and
Holy
Elon Musk are
shit.
feuding after Elon called the big, beautiful bill a mountain of disgusting pork. In Trump's defense, there's nothing in the bill about the view.
Oh, there it is. I knew it. I knew it.
You see that one coming?
Wow.
Yeah. Huh? Amazon is testing humanoid robots that deliver packages. Here at Fox, of course, we've been testing humanoid robots for years.
Why?
So he fires on his own people.
Chinese
and that's the best
scientists
joke he
who
had.
allegedly smuggled a deadly fungus into
they won't fire
America
back
will
at him.
remain in U.S.
The other
custody.
network would.
And guess who already posted her bail? Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
That's Fauci.
Yeah.
Oh.
And guess who already tried to bang her?
I do not know who that is.
I don't know what that is either.
1, 2.
I don't know who that is either.
According to a new study, hanging out with ugly people can make you appear better looking than you are.
That's why people hang out with Gutfeld.
Anyway, thanks for being
Yes.
here, Todd.
Got him.
Got him.
He threw this guy under the bus.
I know.
You did.
That guy looks way better than
Obama has a
Gutfeld
new
does, by the way.
fashion book coming out. It's a pop-up book.
What?
What's the joke?
I don't.
People love
she can't
pop-up
write a real
books.
book.
Let's see what the fuss is about.
I like pop-up books.
She went to Harvard
According
Law.
to a new
Where'd you go,
study,
Gutfeld?
99.99% of the Earth's deep ocean floor has never been seen by a human.
Okay.
The same goes for this guy's penis.
Is that Pritzker?
Yeah.
That's the governor of
According to
what?
a new study, there are 36% fewer gay characters on TV. But that'll change with the return of the World Cup.
Wait, let's do that one again. Let's do that setup again, and we'll punchline it.
On TV.
What?
According to a new 36% fewer gay characters on TV. But that'll change with the return of the World Cup.
Why the World Cup? First of all, what? Are all soccer players gay?
Yes, all the
think
other
that's what he's
country
saying,
soccer
yeah.
players are gay now.
Yeah.
Because
What?
obviously they play soccer.
They play
And they
soccer.
don't like
most-
soccer.
The most famous, the most popular sport on the planet. And everybody who plays it is gay.
All right, man.
The sport that causes cities to set their own city on fire in either happiness or despair.
I dare him to say that about football.
American?
Wait, he is.
It is football.
He is saying
It is football,
that
yeah.
football.
You know, it's not even worth trying to rework his jokes. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Just plow through.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't know what to tell
At
you.
the Sean Diddy Combs trial, The View's Sunny Hostin says she caught him staring at her. So if you're making a list, he likes seeing people being urinated on and Sunny Hostin.
Not a joke. Sorry.
Very
Do
short
you know
list.
what the trial's about, dude?
Speaking of Sunny, she claims Doge's cuts killed 300,000 people, mostly children, prompting Doge to change its name to Planned Parenthood.
Whoa. That's... Ouch.
There you go.
Wow.
You know what's funnier than starving people in poor countries? Making
children.
Making a completely unrelated shot at Planned Parenthood. This is pure comedy. You guys are just so sensitive.
Like,
These are
Gutfeld is
actually funny.
Yeah,
you guys just
Gutfeld's
don't
the
get
fucking GOAT, guys. I don't know what we're doing here. He is a comedy legend.
Sure is.
I bet there is a goat in his studio.
He should be doing a fucking
Yeah,
stadium
fucks him
tour.
in the ass before he walks out every fucking time.
Look at hey,
That's how you get shock and awe
Doge to
humor,
change its
baby.
name to Planned Parenthood.
No laughs.
Whoa.
No laughs. It's groans and then people going like, "Yeah, get him, Gutfeld." No laughs.
A museum in Amsterdam is displaying a 200-year-old condom made of sheep's appendix. Oh, so that's where I left that thing, said one man.
Sure.
Hold on, pause it. They were already laughing as if he was saying it was his condom.
It would have been bad if he said that.
Yeah.
Listen,
They thought it was actually going to be a funny joke, and they were laughing. And then he said Biden. They said, "Oh,
yeah. All right, let's hear this again.
200-year-old condom made of sheep's appendix. Oh, so that's where I left that thing, said one man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he ruined the joke.
He stepped on it.
Ruined the joke. He stepped on his own joke. He just that's because his
He was
delivery
actually-
is. You go, Ollie. You go.
He was starting to get a laugh and then just stepped on right on top of it. Yeah.
It's because
It was
his
like-
delivery is so terrible.
He found a seed at the bottom of the ocean and took it to the surface, put it into a little pot of water and watered it for 30 years. And then a little sprout came up and he stepped on it.
A researcher at Tufts University
Mikey,
is
let's
studying
be
the
fair. He
use of
didn't water
psychedelic
it.
mushrooms to treat irritable bowel syndrome. You still yourself, but now you think your poop is your old buddy Dave.
It was right there, dude. You missed. How do you miss the ball?
Yeah, how do you miss it, man?
It's
Mikey-
shit jokes. That's your whole fucking thing is shit and poop emojis. His whole thing is poop. And you miss an IBS joke? Oh, come on, man. You're just making me sad.
Hey, what's
Well,
going
he
on?
seems to have cracked himself up on that.
You owe me $20.
Well, if he doesn't laugh, he feels sad, I think.
He should feel sad.
He should feel sad.
A Florida man has pleaded guilty to stealing 75 neighborhood pool floats, which he used for sexual gratification.
His name is Donald Trump.
That's crazy. Why not just steal one and use it 75 times? Learn that from Kudlow.
Oh my.
That was a joke?
My joke was better.
I'm still waiting for the joke. What?
Just use the same one over and over like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Donald Trump's on his fourth wife.
That would have been funny. Or if he would have made a joke about reusing one of the Democrats' wives or something like that, that would have been a joke.
Yeah.
That would have been a joke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He doesn't know how to do it.
It's not.
Doesn't. And whoever writes his jokes don't know the structure of a joke.
Oh man.
This is like an AI from when ChatGPT launched, asked to write jokes for him.
It might be. Maybe
And
these
he
are
never
the leftovers.
updated. He never did any of the updates. It's on the original settings.
Remember, these are the leftovers that didn't actually make it to the show during the week too. So
Scott's got a good comment there.
Oh, here we go. Scott says, "Hi all. The UK has some seriously offensive comedians, but the comedy is in context and funny, and this is a sad, desperate, aging right winger trying and failing to be relevant."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
That was a burn from across the pond.
There are plenty of comedians who use like shock and awe to be funny, and they tell jokes. Are they jokes that people necessarily like? No. But they're jokes. This isn't jokes.
And
Just insulting people.
I do believe, for the most part, there are some caveats. Anything can be made a joke of, and offensive jokes can bring awareness to shitty issues. This is him just saying shit and hoping for a reaction. It's not.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Kay wraps it up pretty good. As much as I've lost any respect for Chappelle, at least he has timing and a funny Muppet voice. You gotta have a gimmick, dude. You gotta have something, because you do not have jokes. Like, jokes are not. Oh, damn, Ollie. Fuck this foot up.
I thought he was heading to the couch to try to climb up just like your kid and do that.
She thought she was fucking on the bow of the Titanic. Like, girl, get your ass off the edge of the couch.
Girl, baby girl.
No base jumping off of the furniture, please. No,
the dog left the booby trap right where I was.
Dogs can be an official witness at weddings in Colorado. The law would also apply to cats, except the women who own them never marry.
What?
Not a joke. Sorry.
Thank you. Oh boy.
Yeah, you're allergic to your own bullshit.
Harvey Milk's
They
name
started
from a
laughing because they
Navy
thought he was
ship,
gonna
as
die.
many believe it was only named after him because he was gay. That also may end plans for the proposed USS John Travolta.
Go ahead, and you're asked to be in court.
Nobody laughed
Jerry
at that.
Nadler is demanding a probe after the Department of Homeland Security detained his aide. Though the last time he demanded a probe, NASA's Voyager 2 got lost in his ass. Greta Thunberg is sailing to Gaza to give out tampons to Palestinians.
How big
Hey,
is
that's
it?
my job, said one man.
Wait. All right. Sorry.
Hey,
I
that's my
spaced on
job, is
that.
sailing to Gaza to give out tampons to Palestinians. Hey, that's my job, said one man.
Get my governor's name out your fucking mouth. Fuck you. Oh.
Mark, would you like to say anything to Gutfeld?
I think you did.
No, I'm good. I'm going to stick with my original answer, Tim.
Why am I getting friends requests? Hang on, Jen. Hold fast. Weather the storm.
According to Michelle
I'm Kevin's
Obama,
side.
producing life is the least important thing the female reproductive system does. Well, you can say that again, said one man.
What?
What is the said one man shit? It is not a good premise, dude. It doesn't work. It's not.
I ate a taco for lunch, said one man.
Yeah, he's just gonna put that in there and everything.
Said one man.
I have to go to the bathroom.
I think
Said
Gutfeld's
one.
I think Gutfeld's funny. Said one man, and then it just zooms in on Gutfeld. Like, what the fuck? You were the only one loving this right now, Gutfeld.
Yeah, he is.
And finally,
the only one.
Zimbabwe is considering killing.
Damn, Ollie, what the hell? You followed down the stairs.
I thought a didgeridoo was about to start playing.
I know. I was like, is there a xylophone in the building?
Sorry about that. The spring thing is, I got to get a new arm. It's wearing out.
I shot one across the room the other
And
day.
finally,
'cause my wire
Zimbabwe
got
is
stuck.
considering killing dozens of elephants and distributing the meat to its people. Coincidentally, the State Department is warning Joy Behar to avoid Zimbabwe.
There it was. I knew it was going to be a View joke.
Those were good.
Those were good, is what he said.
Mhm.
Oh boy,
They were so good we didn't actually include them in the previous show.
okay,
That's right.
I
You know
think
what's
that's
crazy? He paid somebody for them jokes. That's what's crazy.
He pays
He
a
paid-
team of people for
Yeah, I
those
was gonna
jokes.
say he paid a room of people for those jokes.
That's crazy. And he ain't even looking for his money back with his dumb ass.
All right.
I want a joke off between Jon Stewart and Gutfeld
Oh my God!
with a random
What- why?
50-50 political split audience, and I want to see who gets the most laughs.
It's gonna
We
be.
already know.
I
I
can
know.
get more
I just
laughs
want
than
him to. I just
Gutfeld.
want to see him
Right.
suffer.
Oh,
That's all.
well, he's embarrassing himself on a daily basis. So
Here's the problem: is that's a captive audience of people who came to see his show. They just want to see fucking Gutfeld be horrible to people, and they want to laugh and hoot and holler about it, like it's the fucking 1984. And
because they're bigots.
Yeah, they're bigots. Like the
1884.
18. I'm saying like the book.
Oh,
Like
I know. I know. I just.
I wrote the other book, 1784.
1784.
13.
Well, I hear 1684.
Yo, 2084. Y'all ain't ready for that one.
All right. So
Those women from The View. Joke.
Remember that, dude? If The View ever goes like off the air, he's fucked. He's like, what are we gonna do?
That's half his jokes. Yeah.
What are we gonna talk about?
Gentlemen, content Gutfeld.
Fail. Yeah. Half.
Complete pineapple every category.
What? No, he wasn't that bad.
I'm gonna have to go F.
Yeah.
So he'll get like a 0.75 then.
Yeah, see, Dead City agrees with me.
Can of rotten pineapple.
Delivery.
Well, there now. That's
His
a
delivery is pineapple. His
delivery
is
might just
fucking
be
garbage.
Double
He might be
pineapple.
He might be the
Pretty
first
horrible.
pineapple delivery. I don't think we've had any pineapple deliveries
I don't
yet.
think we have any.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh,
I
we
don't
have-
do stand up, and I can tell his timing.
I bet you he did it before the last time.
We have one pineapple delivery, and it was Trump.
Okay.
Or RFK Jr. If he ever gets on there, he's definitely getting pineapple on delivery. I don't care what y'all say. I ain't getting talked down off the ledge.
Oh, wait, no, pineapples. No, there are no pineapple deliveries. None. He's the first.
We got a
one.
first.
He's the first one.
I also just want to point out that impersonator left the
Impersonator.
show because of that and came back. So Tim, stop scaring the audience away.
So
Sorry,
guys,
y'all.
unfortunately, there's a method to my madness.
Oh.
History will
Gutfeld.
repeat itself.
Gutfeld brings the people. He just does. They love to hate watch us because they like Gutfeld and they like to hate watch us hating Gutfeld. So
fuck them.
Yeah, they're mad that we don't think he's funny. But
And
he's not. Like, that's not our fault.
It's not our fault that he's not funny.
We didn't
Even
do
if
it.
People that are there don't think he's funny. There's a big fucking applause sign going off, making them fucking laugh.
Like when he did the condom joke, and then they thought he was
Yeah.
gonna say it was his condom.
Yeah.
He almost got a laugh on accident.
He would have gotten a laugh out of me if he had done the joke the
That
way he
would've been
should have done
funny.
it.
They want to laugh, but he just won't say anything that warrants laughter. That's not their
Yeah.
fault.
All he has to do is like follow the setup punchline and do it correctly. That's all he has. Instead of doing this is why he's getting a pineapple from me for delivery. That joke specifically, the condom joke where he was like, "Oh, that's where I left that thing," and then paused as the audience laughed at the joke, and then said one man.
And then he started the said one man's. You know,
like,
the best, the
They
best
must have
premise he's
needed
had.
that for a bit. Like this was the leftovers. They must have needed that said one man for one bit, and they came up with a whole bunch of really bad ones. And the one they used was probably bad too.
That's
but, like I mean,
that's all the shit from the Venn diagram
Yeah.
that didn't go in the circles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all the other shit on the page. That's what that was. Sheesh. All right, look, what's next?
Appearance. Well, not appearance. God, presentation.
Pineapple.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking earlier in the show he had a piece of paper and he was reading from it.
He's always got his clipboard.
Yeah, okay. Did he have another set of glasses plus the set of glasses that's in his shirt? I can't remember.
Oh, let's find out. I'm not gonna play
I
it.
don't know why, but I just glanced at it and it was right early. It was one of the earliest clips that he did. So
was it after he talked to people?
Right there. No, okay. It was while he was reading that piece of paper. So maybe he didn't have another set of glasses. He must have had a pen or something in his hand. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I thought maybe he had 2 sets of glasses for a second. But that's me. I'm stoned. I'm sorry, guys.
So this dopey motherfucker.
You're muted, Mikey.
Presentation.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just wearing a polo. It's not.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He gets a D.
He gets a D.
D for dumbass.
P for dumbass.
And finally, Greg Gutfeld vibes.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah, I'll give him pineapple there. It was pretty horrible. Everything came out of his mouth. He was making fun of fucking people that shouldn't be made fun of and shit like that, right? And yeah, horrible person.
I will go out and say, unless he comes out against Donald Trump for something, he will get a pineapple from me in every category of every clip that we see going forward.
He's perma pineapple.
I love your non-biased opinion, Mark.
I don't give a fuck, Ollie.
Fuck this motherfucker.
So
Pineapple
he does do another 5 minutes about Trump and Elon, but I think we're gonna save that for a members only thing.
After the apocalypse.
We're gonna watch at the end of we're not gonna make everyone else. We're gonna watch it and then we'll post it later.
I gotta go. I got a thing in the morning. I gotta go to bed.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
How
Not
you
anymore?
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Yeah, I called them. And
You work, Mikey. You work for me.
Oh yeah, you work for me, little bitch. Fucking
get over here.
Fucking cranked up. Fucking Dave Portnoy going off on his fucking his pod mates.
Gentlemen, I present to you the good stuff.
The good stuff, okay.
For their health care, and their health care costs are going to go up as well.
Well, we'll argue on that one. Senator Sanders.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thanks, Mr. Besson, for being here. Help me out here. My understanding is the Trump administration has, I think, 13 billionaires in office right now, leading government agencies. Is that about right, do you think?
I have no idea, Senator.
I think that's what the number is. Do you think it's a coincidence, given the large number of billionaires in the Trump administration?
There it is. I couldn't think of it.
This particular piece of legislation would provide $235 billion in tax breaks to the top 0.2% by expanding the exemptions in the estate tax?
Senator, I will tell you that when the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act passed, my tax rate went up.
Well, I don't know your exact situation, but I can tell you. Tell me about
answer the
how many
fucking
people do you think
question,
are in the top 0.2%?
Sorry?
Number of people in the top 0.2% who would benefit from this particular $235 billion tax break.
Well, the top, I know the top 10% is now paying 7%.
That's not the question.
No, how many
My
people,
question
dumbass?
is, why do you think at a time of unprecedented income and wealth inequality, when people like yourself economically have never, ever had it so good, why do you think it's a good idea to cut Medicaid for low-income and working-class people by $700 billion to give $235 billion in tax breaks to the very, very, very richest people in this country, perhaps a few hundred families? Please justify that and tell me about that.
Well, Senator, I don't know, but the Democrats had the trifecta, and there was no tax increase or wealth tax on billionaires.
I'm not talking about a tax.
You chose not to.
Mr. Besson, I am not talking about a wealth tax. Explain. A few hundred of the wealthiest families in this country, $235 billion tax break. Explain to the American people why you think that's a great idea.
I think that this will increase small businesses substantially.
Wow. 0 to do, come on, you're smarter than that. This is the 0.2%. This is not a mom and pop store. These are multi-billionaires, and the savings go to their kids after they pass away. This is nothing more than a gift.
Pause.
Like, I got to say, that was him trying to roll a dodge attempt and rolling a natural fucking one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he got smacked right in the fucking face.
Oh,
I don't know what to say now. Like,
I would like to roll
over here and talk about something else.
I'm going to roll escape artist.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm fine in his arms. I didn't want to get out anyway. I like being where I am.
What the hell was that?
I'd like to be in the claws of the giant scorpion for at least 2 more rounds. So
here's my plan to stop global warming. I'm going to nuke the polar ice caps.
That'll work.
And that'll cause nuclear winter, which will make it colder.
The people will be fine. Jen says Bernie has true sight, bro. You ain't dodging.
0.2%. This is not a mom and pop store. These are multi-billionaires, and the savings go to their kids after they pass away. This is nothing more than a gift to billionaires in this country.
Well, sir, that's just not correct, because the top 10% paid a bigger share of taxes after TC.
I'm talking about one
They have all the
provision in this. I
money.
don't want to argue with you about taxes in general. One provision, few hundred families, $235 billion in tax breaks. You can't justify that because morally it is totally unjustifiable. Let me ask you another question. If you guys want to cut $1 trillion in Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, the estimate from CBO, I believe, is that over 15 million people lose their health insurance. Yale University and University of Pennsylvania estimated that when you throw that many low-income and working-class people off of health care, some 50,000 people a year will die. Tell me why you think it's a good idea to give tax breaks to billionaires and allow 50,000 low-income and working-class people to die unnecessarily.
Senator, first of all, that's overstated by 5.1 million.
Bro, that's still 20.
Oh my God.
It's simply
It's a combination. That's true.
No. You all had a scheduled expiration of Obamacare subsidies, and you did not extend that when you were in charge. 5.1 million, 1.4 million illegal aliens on Medicaid.
All right,
and there are workers.
There are no illegal aliens on Medicaid.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
They're illegal, so they can't go to the government to get fucking
Right?
money.
They can't get Medicaid. That's the
And
whole
they
point.
still pay taxes and don't get the benefits.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, someone very smart told me that Bissant is smart. I don't know.
No, this guy's not very smart.
I think
They said
is
he's really
but
smart.
He can't answer questions without
be-
screwing himself. Like
He might be book smart. But he's not street smart wise. Like, he's not sharp.
He's not all there.
Well, but he also is serving a man that's like, random example, like, I want to kill all the puppies. Go out and defend me wanting to kill all the puppies.
Well, that's why he hired Kristi Noem. Got him.
See, Gutfeld, that's called
Yeah,
a joke.
that's a joke. Yeah. Get it right, Gutfeld.
But it's so
How hard was that?
It's as smart as this guy could be. He's been told to defend a policy that you can't defend unless you're just. It can't be done. Like, you're going to sound like a dumbass with whatever you say. It's
If you were smart, you would talk the dumbass president out of it, like the last 15 people that he fired have been trying to do. And then you get fired. But you don't just do what he fucking tells you to do. If a fucking ape tells you to dive off of a fucking cliff, you don't do it because the ape can talk. You know, like
I want a banana. Where is my banana?
You do it because he's going to throw you off the cliff because you're the 100th guy.
Banana.
That's right.
Chicken banana.
Our goal is to get more money to children and mothers.
Really? Your goal is to get more money to children, yeah, and working people, really, come on. Do you know how many people, and I was surprised to hear this, I don't know if you know it or not, how many people lose their jobs every year, quit, get fired or whatever? Do you have any idea?
Well, there's something called the quits rate, and so when the job market is strong, more people quit.
But yeah, I was surprised that I just researched this. I don't know. Do you happen to know?
I don't know the number.
I was surprised. I mean, would it be shocking to you? It was to me. 20 million people leave their jobs a year. Doesn't shock you, right? It's a big labor force, right?
Yep.
So somebody leaves the job, maybe they move, maybe something happens in their lives, right? We have a lot of transition in the labor market, correct?
Maybe they get a better job.
Right, exactly. Maybe they do. Or maybe they have to stay home, their wife gets sick, whatever, we don't know. But 20 million people lose their jobs in a given year, leave their jobs in a given year. Are those people lazy? What happens when I leave my job and maybe I have to move to another state to take care of my ill mother? And I desperately need Medicaid. Am I too lazy now to be able to get Medicaid?
I think that's a mischaracterization of the work requirement.
No,
Really?
pause it.
It's
Well,
not.
quite
Pause
so.
it. Pause it. This,
It's over.
And
Their
that clip
healthcare
is
and their
over.
healthcare costs are going to go up.
But this is what happens when you have these quasi-libertarians out here trying to make policy.
Yeah.
What happens when somebody moves and their new job doesn't offer insurance right away? What is the plan? Well, fuck them.
Yeah.
That can't
Pretty much.
be your fucking plan if you have a full-time job of thinking up plans. The plan, like, why do we need you if the fucking plan is to just say every man for himself? Then fucking get out. Just leave then. Who the fuck needs you? Just go fucking to Epstein's Island and wait for Trump to show up. Like, I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Like, you don't have a fucking role in this society if your whole job is to say every man for themselves. We already know that. Goodbye.
Yeah.
We'll save $100,000 on his fucking salary.
Well, I mean, that was the whole plan for Obamacare. There was no repeal and replace. It was repeal
and then just let it
do
die.
nothing.
and then fuck it.
And then let the fucking healthcare corporations just fucking put everybody in the poorhouse, completely unregulated.
There is no plan with the Republicans except for take the money and run. That
As
is their
fast and as
only
hard as
plan.
possible.
Their plan is to grift America out of everything that people have earned in this country, and then split and then leave. And whether there's a country or not at the end is not their concern.
Right.
And that's my TED Talk.
We appreciate you, Tim.
That's a Tim talk. That's a Tim
How
talk.
does Landon put it? The libertarian malaise of the Republican Party?
Yes. Landon's
It's-
good with words.
It's true though. Like this fucking guy, not Bernie, the other fucking guy.
No, I got something. Hold on. Let me.
You're making fun of Bernie?
This fucking guy right here. This fucking milquetoast motherfucker doesn't give a shit about anyone or anything except for the money that he's going to make and the money he's going to make the president.
Yep.
He's the Treasury Secretary.
Did not see that coming.
He does not give a fuck about anyone. Even the guy who's looking at him awkwardly on the right side over there, who's like giving him the side eye. He doesn't give a fuck about that guy.
Nope.
He's been farting in that guy's direction for minutes.
A dude is like, motherfucker, if I have to smell you again.
Every time he meets the mic, he fucking farts a little bit. I can tell. I can tell. That's how you make a fart joke. Fuck you guys.
So we're going to rate Bernie, but we're not going to rate Besson because there's another Besson video that we're going to watch. So he'll be rated later.
More?
So Bernie.
Why?
Yes, because it involves Elizabeth Warren.
Oh.
Those uppity women now. All them black
and that's
jobs that we white people used to have. All them black people are getting
Bernie out of context.
That never stops being funny.
It's so good because he sounds genuinely frustrated.
All right. Bernie, content, the words that he spoke.
I'm gonna give him an A, but not because I'm glazing, but because he asked him questions in a way that was easier for people to digest, because obviously there's gonna be clips of this and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, okay, can you just explain why this is a good idea?
Yeah. Yeah.
Taking off of all the question asking burden and just saying, hey, go ahead and defend what you're up to. He never denied what he was up to. He just said it wouldn't, he just said it wouldn't, it wouldn't go the way that he's saying it would go.
Oh, there's not 50 million people that would go over. It would probably be 4 million less than that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for being 10% off. Like, fuck off, dude.
So 10% less is therefore better.
Perfect.
That's still a lot of dead people. Like,
yes.
I noticed he knew that number, but couldn't come up with the number of people that were going to benefit from that cut.
Yeah, how many people are in that top 1/2 of 1%?
Well, he came ready to defend the people being kicked off Medicaid talking point.
Yeah.
He didn't come ready to defend their cuts to the estate tax.
No.
Yeah.
Like that's an obscure thing that really only Bernie and a few other people would go after. But it's true. The state tax is only going to benefit, the cuts of the state tax is only going to benefit a few hundred families.
Yep.
Because it's such an extreme amount of wealth that they're considering.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly that many people.
Right.
Plus or minus 3.
But they're the wealthiest people in the country.
Yep.
And it's not close. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's not. I was told this once. The difference between like the top 1% and the top 1% of the 1% is the difference between the top 1% and everyone else.
Right.
Yeah. This
the
tax
ultra
break
wealthy.
of $260 billion for that 186 people. It's like if we got a tax break of $10.
Yeah. It's
to
like
them.
fucking
Right.
Elon-
It's not a significant amount to them.
Yeah.
Like it's tons of money. Like it would make like half a state rich, right? You can suddenly say, okay, we're dividing this money up between this many people in the state, and all of them get to quit their jobs for the rest of their lives, and their families get to retire, and yada yada.
Or we
right?
or we could fix the school computer lab, and
Yeah.
bridges that don't fall over.
Nah, those
or
uppity
we could
children
fix
now.
the
They don't
road.
need fucking.
We got child labor coming in to fix all the bridges.
We're going to make the bridges out of children.
You
But-
won't
but
need
it's-
them.
To them, it's just one extra meal out compared to the rest of our wealth.
Right.
Well,
and we're talking about people's estates, not like any sort of like not their stocks, not like theoretical money that they have. When they pass away, how much their estates are worth, and a tax break on that.
Yep.
Well, why should my child have to?
Exactly.
contribute?
Well, maybe they should get a job.
There's
What?
already ways. There should be a work requirement for the estate tax. Bam, done.
Ooh, if you wanna put a work requirement on Medicaid and Medicare, you should definitely have a work requirement, and you got to be in the public sector.
Yeah. Bam.
No working for your own consulting agency to manage your own money as a job.
Yeah.
Nah, dog, you need to go work for somebody, and then you
gotta-
can have all that. You got to go work at McDonald's
Yeah. For a couple of years.
at least 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine.
We fixed it. Republicans, you love work requirements so much. There needs to be a work requirement for the estate tax.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, every shake machine across the country will work. If we made them little nepo brats have to work at McDonald's for 5 years mandatory service to our fast foods best and brightest,
McFlurries for all.
we would never be without a McFlurry, because their baby better not have no broken shake machine when she go to work.
McRib McFlurry for all.
Ugh.
Oh.
That's probably why the shake machines don't work. Somebody put a fucking one McRib in there, and all the rest of the shake machines shut down.
I had a college buddy, and this
I
was a
won't
running
work on
joke
this.
for like
McRib
4
flurry.
years, that he would go to every McDonald's and ask for a chicken McFlurry just to see if someone would do it.
See what would happen.
Chicken
Oh,
McFlurry.
God.
He never got one.
Wow.
I bet you he got spit in his drink.
Probably.
Or his large Coke had out.
That's a different type of ice cube.
There you go.
Can
All
I
right.
get a chicken
Does it
nugget
melt?
McFlurry?
Bernie
seals
Bernie
in the
on
flavor.
On delivery.
My straw won't work. What is this in here?
Content. I don't remember saying content. Mikey did say. I guess
yeah.
everybody's giving him an A though.
Yeah, A. Delivery.
Okay. Yeah, I like the way he just kind of executed his target. You know,
it was sneaky because I see Bernie has changed his approach now because they just run away from every single question.
They tricked him.
Yeah, so he's doing a real surreptitious like.
I did like how he's like, hey, do you know how many people like quit their jobs every year or whatever? And
I thought it was interesting too.
I thought it was interesting, and like, yeah, he tried to lay a he tried to like, it's okay, come over here. We
little
can
smoke
we can
screen.
talk. Yeah. He was like, it's okay. I'm not trying to get you, but I'm trying to get you.
But I need hey, I just need you to stand on this X. I'm not trying to trap you. Just stand right on this X, please.
This is a friendly X. Nothing bad will happen.
I'm just gonna slide over here.
Please ignore the lasso on the floor.
Bernie
what, that box with the stick? No, that's not a trap. Why would you say that?
Bernie on presentation.
I think he looks good.
It's typical Bernie. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B+ for that look. That's typical Bernie.
Actually, he's wearing a tie, and he doesn't normally wear a tie.
Doesn't he?
I disagree.
I think he does.
He wears a tie.
Does he?
It's usually looser than that. That's all, right? He usually has
his tie is very nice.
His tie usually goes with the suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's part of the set. You can tell, you know what I mean? Like, that tie goes with that shirt, with that suit.
Right.
And he has the next one, and everything's very, you know.
Yeah. He's got a month worth of suits in his closet, and that's day 15.
Yeah, today is the 12th, so he's wearing this one. And then the next on July 12th, he'll have that motherfucker on again. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So B?
Yeah.
B+, yeah.
That grandfather hair is going strong.
Yeah.
And finally, vibes.
Oh, Bernie was an A again.
A on vibes.
Yeah.
I heard Bernie talking shit about us recently, but I'm gonna let it go.
What? He was talking shit about us?
Bernie Sanders?
He was talking about us?
Yeah.
That was
invite him on the show.
It's about the protesters and how like they're bad, and it's like, okay, Bernie. Okay, okay. You're getting a little overexposed, Bernie. Let me just shut you up.
This next clip has been brought to you by Mark.
Mark.
America.
Fuck yeah. Hold on.
And the girls are fighting, aren't they?
Oh, this ain't no fight. It's not fair.
Member Lynch and members of the committee, I'm proud to be here today as the governor of the great state of Minnesota. Wherever you go in this country, people tend to want the same basic things: safe neighborhoods, affordable household goods, meaningful work, good schools.
Big booty bitches.
That's what my administration has worked to ensure for our people, and that's what we've delivered. Under our leadership, Minnesota has been ranked the 4th best state to live in, the 2nd best state to raise a family in, and the 3rd best state for jobs. And when it comes to serious crime, Minnesota has hit its lowest level in over 3 decades, and we consistently have lower violent crime rates than the U.S. average. Now, we have a broken immigration system in this country. I think everyone in this room agrees with that. But nothing Minnesota has done to serve its own people stands in the way of the federal government managing border security and policies. While you've convened this hearing to explore the issue of so-called sanctuary states, Minnesota is not even a sanctuary state. Minnesota legislature has passed no such bill making Minnesota a sanctuary state, and I have signed no such law. Minnesota cooperates with federal authorities in a number of ways. When there's a convicted felon in our prisons, we ask about their immigration status and share that information with the Department of Homeland Security. We also cooperate with Homeland Security requests when there's a judicial warrant and when due process has been afforded by our Constitution has been served. But enforcing immigration law is not the role of local and state governments.
Run it back. Hold on. Run it back. Let them hear it again. Enhance audio to 3,000%. These motherfuckers need to understand this shit.
Break the dial, Tim.
Crank that bitch to 1100.
Can I do that? Do I have that?
You didn't download the plugin, so I doubt it.
11D100. Go.
Oh yeah, I don't have the plug-in.
Yeah, I was like, did you get it?
Enforcing immigration law is not the role of local and state governments. The fact is, Congress has given federal agencies the authority to enforce immigration laws across this country. That includes Minnesota, and I support them doing so. It's the federal government's job to secure the border. That's why when I was in Congress, I visited the southern border and voted for bills that would have increased funding for Border Patrol, made it easier to hire qualified agents, and deployed advanced technologies to the border. Most importantly, I recognize that securing our border does not mean we sacrifice our constitutional values. Unfortunately, the cruel and misguided policies of this current administration fail to live up to those values. Minnesotans are angry with what they've seen happen to their neighbors. They're angry that the federal government has been snatching people up, putting them in prison, and deporting them without a shred of due process. There's been no notice, no meaningful opportunity to object, and according to the president, no way to get out of these overseas prisons once you end up there. And let's be clear, many of these are law-abiding Americans, people who have been granted asylum or promised protected status. In many cases, it seems these people were reported not based on a criminal behavior, but how they looked or what they've said and being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even U.S. citizens.
Have an
like a 4-year-old boy
MS-13
with
tattooed
cancer,
on their
sent to
hands.
Mexico, away from his father, away from the medical
In
needs,
Comic Sans.
to a country he was not born in or had never been to. Americans deserve a sensible, humane, and effective immigration policy that reduces illegal immigration while protecting fundamental rights. Meanwhile, the administration continues to make life worse for hardworking Americans in a lot of other ways, trying to slash Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, making basic household goods more expensive, and telling people they just need to do more with less. The American people deserve better. You all have the power to legislate, to
Donnie
investigate
Toodles.
this administration's abuse and overreach, and protect the American people. And I have to say, I'm disappointed. At a crucial inflection point in our nation's history, Congress is choosing to spend its time trying to cast blames on states like Minnesota that have no hand in creating this crisis. While we may disagree on the best way to maintain border security and public safety, I know we should all be able to agree on a few principles: that everyone in America deserves due process, and that we live in a free country where people should not be locked up for exercising their basic constitutional rights. I hope you'll join me in enforcing accountability to those fundamental ideas, and I look forward to your questions. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
The governor.
That was Vice President.
Oh wait,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Man,
Tim
how
Walz.
come we didn't get that timeline?
yeah,
Man.
yeah. That was
Man, this Matrix
timeline
version
8.2,
sucks.
right? So
How come we didn't get like not even like I don't care about the best timeline, right? The sacred timeline.
Right.
yeah,
Why
yeah,
are we
you're
in the
not-
fucking worst timeline?
That's right.
We are net one.
Yeah, no. I think the worst
We
one.
could
What,
he could be vice
313?
president,
313 is
helping
the worst
people
one?
with their classic cars every other Sunday, and just make a podcast out of it, and everyone would be happy. But
Not
no.
even classic, rare classics.
Ra-
Like, where do you find an international car?
No.
You don't.
Abed really needed to catch that 6-sided dice.
That's
All
true.
I can say.
I blame Abed.
Yeah, it's all his
Abed's
fault.
Thanks,
Brian
Abed.
Abed in the morning
And it's Tim Walz's fault.
Nice.
for being too nice.
He shouldn't have listened to him. He should have just went rogue and started talking shit about JD Vance the whole time. Like, no,
Yeah,
they told me not
no.
to say it, but that motherfucker is weird.
Hide
He
your
had-
kids, hide your couch.
He had something with the calling him weird shit,
It
and
was
some
working.
fucking consultant was like, "No, don't call them weird." He should have been like, "Fuck that. He's fucking weird. He fucks couches."
And then the guy who told me not to say that, also weird. And he probably fucks a couch. Yeah,
Like-
now what's up?
Yeah.
All he had to do was keep calling fucking JD Vance weird and Trump weird, and we probably would end up with Vice President Waltz.
But
And-
they
and-
decided
Pretty sure
to
they
be
stole the
nice.
election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we get for being nice. All right.
Yeah.
Let's rate this man.
Yeah, let's rate this gentleman.
Content.
Triple S.
I smell bias.
I do too.
As Tim's congressional member has been at the top of the leaderboard for weeks.
Hey, listen, y'all ranked him perfect. I'm just saying.
You told me he was from your state at the end. That was fake. Fake news.
See, I was being
He's
unbiased.
playing you cheated card.
I was being unbiased. I
He
didn't tell him that he was from Connecticut till at the end.
He just
Have
cheated.
I told the audience that Tim pays me
to cheat?
Yep.
So content, I think A is appropriate.
I think A is appropriate.
A for effort.
Delivery.
Delivery. So
it's a little red.
Yeah, he was reading from a script.
He was.
But it is an opening statement to his question. Like, it wasn't just his back and forth questions with the
B minus.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
B.
B and a half.
Presentation.
I'm only going to give him a B for presentation because that tie does not go with that jacket.
Listen,
I like it.
This is a dad suit.
No, it doesn't.
It's a
It
dad
doesn't.
suit.
And he's from the land of 10,000 lakes. He has to wear blue.
Yeah. I don't
And
care.
I like his lapel pin.
Okay,
Minnesota
but
new
still,
state flag, baby.
Yeah, it's the new state flag with the outline of the state shape. So that's pretty cool.
I can't help it. That tie just to me clashes with everything.
B.
Yeah, B.
I'll give him a B plus.
Of course.
Fuck you.
Pineapple.
Throw off the curve. and then finally, vibes.
Made a lot of good points.
We have
It wasn't super exciting though.
I'm hesitant to say S, but the fact that he really drove home the state and local law enforcement is not involved in immigration policy was
right.
Kind of the perfect statement. It's like,
Yeah.
y'all don't know how shit works. Government agencies, policy, law, budgets, how they interact with states and local government. Y'all just don't get it.
And I see what Kay's saying. Like, I voted for draconian border bullshit, but this is a bridge / too far. Like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that going towards the center is the right way. But I'll take them taking 10 years to get a border plan actually off the ground over raiding every fucking place you can with a fucking human thumb, Tom Hillman. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Given my options, it's less bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear you.
It is, and that's a problem with progressives is that sometimes they think they need to play towards the center a little bit.
And they need to go hard left. Like, they just need to keep going.
Hard left. And just keep going left. And do not turn around. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah,
just keep going.
Be like that guy on the last lap that just ran it right around the outside wall.
Like
right?
Yeah.
So that's funny.
We all understand that like immigration is like one of the big ones, right? Like the border is one of the big ones. But it's always a third fucking rail. It's always going to be a third fucking rail. You're never going to solve it unless you fucking solve it with legislation. And no one seems to want to do that.
Nope.
Honestly,
because then they have nothing to run on. Like, it's their only talking point is crime, drugs, and border security.
Like, let's say half of what Trump wants to do with deportations goes through. They are going to be begging these people to come back.
Yeah.
On their hands and fucking knees. They will be begging these people to come back.
Crops are going to be rotting in the fields.
And they're all going to drive right past us. They're going to go to America, just passing through on my way to Canada or going to Europe or going to Asia. They are not going to come here anymore because it won't be worth it. They're making it so that it like permanently sucks.
Well, and like there's Mikey, I know you're not a huge fan of South Park, but they did actually an episode based on this exact premise where all the immigrants just decide, fuck it, we're going to go home and make our countries better rather than coming here. And it's the literal same playbook of the border. They're trying to open the border. Please come back. And it.
Yep.
Person impersonator says they need a wedge issue.
Mm-hmm.
Those uppity women.
Taking all our jobs.
I mean, so those clips are from Bernie Sanders saying this exact point that people need a fucking
jobs that we white people used to have.
That's a wedge issue.
Those uppity women now.
That's a wedge. Like Bernie Sanders did an entire talk to some high school kids who could care less about this, about what wedge issues are and how they're used against people. And it's sometimes it gets to you, man. Sometimes if you're a politician, it gets to you. You get too many phone calls in your office, too many letters being sent to you about certain things. And like, there is a certain point in politics, in actual politics, where politicians have to make a choice whether or not to listen to their constituents. And it happens all the time. Hey, I don't know if you guys heard, but Josh Hawley just co-signed a bill to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour.
What?
Josh Hawley.
Yo, them fucking cuts got his ass tweaking.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
that's funny.
You know, is it great that Tim Walz went to the border and did a thing? No. Is it great for any politician, any liberal, progressive politician to go down there and do that and just do a show of it? No, it's not. It's caving to pressure. But politics is all about pressure.
It is.
It's all about your relative power and the pressure from your constituents. And sometimes
and we're not gonna see. I'm gonna lump like Bernie. Well, not Bernie. I'm gonna leave Bernie separate because Bernie is king. Governor Walz is kind of in that older generation of politics where he's never going to be the super charger on the left. He's going to be more to the middle always. But
and he's the governor of a state, and Minnesota is not a super progressive state.
Yeah, it is.
But the thing is, but Kay does have a point because he won because he pushed left and kept pushing left and kept driving policy to the left. And people like that part of it. Yeah, there's people up there who are like, oh, you should have called in the National Guard for the George Floyd riots and all this shit. And he was like
no.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Nope.
Not doing that. And so they can be as salty about that as they want to, but sorry, on the left, there's bigots too. You know, there's still these closed-minded liberal voting white folk who can't stand to see black people doing shit that irritates them. Like they don't want people to do things that bother them. Why are you? I'm trying to go to the damn baseball game. Why is there a fucking protest? It's too much.
You made me drop my milk.
Yeah, getting all fucking in their panties in a bunch because their life is slightly inconvenienced by social issues.
I have a perfect example of that. So in the town that I moved to, the wife and I were walking around the shops in like the downtown area, and we went to a shop and we were talking about the protest that's happening on Saturday, the No King's Day protest.
Not particularly.
And the lady who was like, oh yeah, I support them and all that, but it's really going to hurt business for that day. And she's like, they need to park somewhere else and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, but I support, because it's also like the Pride Day in town. And she's like, it's just going to shut down my business for the day. And like, she's like, but I really support it. But all right, then just fucking take the day off.
And support. Once you go
maybe go march.
Yeah, I'm not going to have any foot traffic that day anyway. So let me get with the organizers and get a booth or a table.
Yeah.
Or do, you know what I mean? You can be part of the thing as opposed to just being a fucking NIMBY who bitches all the time about everything that anyone does.
Sell bottles of water. You'll make $8.
There you go.
And fucking Connecticut is the fucking king of NIMBYs when it comes to letting minorities use the beaches. There are books written about it. The richest towns in the country are in Connecticut. Greenwich and like New Canaan and a few other towns. And these people lose their fucking minds if there's a black person on the beach.
Yo,
and I'm not talking about 100 years ago.
Yo, he's stealing the sand.
In my former hometown, you needed a sticker if you wanted to use the town's beach without getting charged.
Listen, we can't have the riffraff ruining our beach.
And a professor of mine wrote an article in the Connecticut Post about this. And someone from my town was like, well, yeah, we can't have all these outsiders using our beaches. They're our beaches.
They're gonna tear it up, you know. I mean, it's a slippery slope. You let one of them in, and then what?
But
then they're all expecting water.
But it's all about keeping the blacks out of the beaches.
What if they splash
That's what
me?
it's about.
They'll have one of those Bluetooth speakers playing mumble rap.
Connecticut has some of like the biggest fucking armchair liberals ever. Like they're progressive until it inconveniences them.
And oddly enough, California is the same way. So now that Trump has set his sight, the eye of Sauron is on them. And now they're like, who will defend Gondor? It's like, oh, now you're part of the humankind thing. Because Gondor had no king. And y'all could do your own thing. You didn't need nobody. Now we're under attack. It's like, well, yeah, because you separated from everybody. Never mind. Because y'all act like y'all better than everybody. And now you want support.
There's a difference between actual progressives and people pretending to be progressive.
What?
And it's really easy to spot.
Say what?
It's impossible. No one can see through this disguise.
We never vibe checked Tim Waltz.
I'm gonna give him an A+. I don't think it's quite S.
I was thinking A plus. I was A plus. A. I was thinking A.
A.
Yeah.
Damn A+.
Don't make me do S.
He didn't even make fun of nobody.
Yeah, he didn't make fun of
That's not what politics is supposed to fucking be.
But is that what it is?
No.
You don't even believe you.
All right.
Look at his glasses. What a nerd.
We have one final video. It's another featuring everyone's favorite Secretary of the Treasury.
Ugh.
Oh God, this guy again.
Except a different senator is questioning him.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I want to ask about the Republican big, beautiful bill, which will knock about 16 million people off their health care coverage and cut programs that keep groceries cheaper for millions of families in order to try to pay for about $4 trillion in tax giveaways that are mostly going to be sucked up by millionaires, billionaires, and wealthy corporations. So, Mr. Besson, Secretary Besson, I'd like to start with a very simple question. Will this bill increase or decrease the deficit?
They're varying scoring on that.
Senator You're the Secretary of the Treasury, so I'm asking you, what is your view? Will this bill increase or decrease?
Hold on one second.
Wiggle.
Secretary of the Treasury, so it's the deficit.
They're varying scoring on that. Senator
You're the
Warren.
Secretary of the Treasury, so I'm asking you.
You're the Secretary of the Treasury, so I'm asking you for your opinion. He's like, I don't.
Dimitri.
We need an emote with fucking Neo dodging those bullets, and we'll just fucking put Bethany's face on there. Fucking in the trench coat, flapping in the breeze. God damn.
What is your view? Will this bill increase or decrease the deficit?
It is my view that over the 10-year window, it will decrease.
You know,
10 years.
Do you have anybody who agrees with you on this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask my question.
Okay.
Every credible independent expert agrees that Trump and the Republicans' big, beautiful bill would add trillions of dollars to the national debt and would not even come close to paying for itself. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, the Penn-Wharton budget model, and the Yale Budget Lab all agree on this, and they're looking at 10-year windows, thank you. So do the Conservative Tax Foundation and Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, conservative groups. Even Elon Musk and the Wall Street Journal are criticizing the bill for balloon.
Oh, the communists at the fucking Wall Street Journal.
Those fucking blue-haired liberals.
The national debt. The only people who are saying publicly that it's not going to add to the national debt are you, Donald Trump, the Republicans in Congress. Do you have an independent group that has put forward numbers that disagrees with all of these conservative groups and disagrees with the Wall Street Journal on this?
Well, Senator, interesting to see you aligned with Elon Musk, but if I add...
You're no more shocked than I am.
He's smarter than you, dog. Careful.
If we want to take the full congressional budget scoring,
dude, open your eyes. Stop
they
taking a
predict,
nap.
and I don't agree with their methodology. They predict a 2.4 trillion deficit. But
Okay, so the answer to the question is yes.
No, but may I finish? They include that, but they've also scored 2.8 trillion in tariff income. So even in Washington, D.C. math,
Okay, so-
in Washington, D.C. math, that is a 400 billion surplus.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. This bill, you admit, will increase the deficit by $2.4 trillion, but you think there will be another bill and another set of agreements that somehow materialize, haven't materialized.
Oh, yes, because Secretary Besson is forgetting that tariffs can't be put in place by the president.
Sure they can.
And by the end of the month, the Supreme Court will have confirmed that, and they will have to pass laws for the tariffs.
Oh, no, why?
Because it's Congress's fucking job to levy taxes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the big
That makes
beautiful
sense.
tariff bill.
There are no tariffs in the big beautiful bill. I've read all 1,000 pages. I know.
Nerd.
Well, I've read more than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She can't read. That's not fair.
So
That's
far.
cheating.
Don't have any statutory authority, but that will make up the difference. So the answer to the original question, will this bill increase or decrease the deficit? I think you just said it will increase. This bill increases the
No,
deficit.
I
Is
want to
that
use
right?
all the CBO scoring, and you can't take one without the other. I don't agree with the CBO.
One is the law that we are scoring, the bill that is in front of us. We don't have a tariff bill in front of us to score.
Hello.
Mr. Secretary, let me go on to the second question. You have said that government spending is, quote, out of control. You have also called government spending, quote, unsustainable. In fact, in the name of fiscal responsibility, you're working with the Republicans on this big, beautiful bill to pass the biggest cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act in American history. So, Mr. Secretary, help me understand here. Why is the national debt so very important that you're trying to kick 16 million people off their health insurance, but increasing the national debt doesn't seem to matter if you're cutting taxes for billionaires and billionaire corporations?
Well, first of all, a huge portion of this goes to family-owned businesses that are pass-through entities that are below that level, Senator. And
Like
I'm
Walmart.
sure you share my goals of Main Street prosperity.
I'm glad to do tax cuts for people of modest means. The question I'm asking is, why does the deficit not matter to you? We're talking about knocking 16 million people off their health care, but it matters not, it does matter to you if we're knocking people off their health care, but not.
Well, first of all, that figure is overstated by 5.1 million. That is amount not attributable to provisions in this
So
bill.
you think it's okay just to knock 10 million people off their health care?
Well, first of all,
Right.
let's set that straight. Work requirements account for 8 million of CBO's claim number. Again, we're creating an economy that promotes
it's clear,
and rewards.
Secretary Besson, that you don't want to answer the question.
No, Senator, I am answering
No,
it.
you're not.
And what I want is for Medicaid to be used for mothers and children as it was meant, not for 1.4 million illegal aliens, not for able-bodied people. and
Medicaid is not used for people who are not documented. Mr. Chairman, I just want to say here, the part that troubles me the most is that the Secretary is deeply worried about the deficit and is willing to knock 16 million, or as he says, merely 11 million people off their health care. Matters so much. But it doesn't matter so much if you're cutting taxes for billionaires. Then it's okay to run up a big deficit. I think that's wrong.
Exactly.
We do have some differences of opinion. However, we also have a time crunch. I'm going to ask the remaining.
Thank
I take it back. I take it back. He's not Neo. He's not Neo. He doesn't do the smooth. He's more like Agent Smith.
Yeah.
You know,
squaw. His arms just like, fold out.
Yeah. So warping himself in weird fucking contorted ways.
Yeah.
So,
Just eats
Senator
the bullets.
Warren.
Thank you, Senator
can't
Warren.
she
That
be
was a good
president?
accusation.
We had our
she's-
chance.
Because she's too smart. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a dumb level to be the leader of the free world.
You know what happened is that people saw her and the fact that she had like actual policy and were like, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's
her-
going to get stuff done. Fuck. We can't have that.
Bernie and her as VP. Imagine.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. We'd all have
Yeah.
fucking healthcare right now.
Yeah.
You would have 2 times the healthcare you actually need.
I'd be so fucking healthy. I'd be healthy as shit right now, dude.
The person impersonator.
Okay.
Isn't she one of
Time
those
warp.
uppity women?
Yeah. Time warp though. Her and Bernie 2016.
I mean, yeah, that was one of the plans, really.
Right?
The only
That's
problem,
the prime timeline.
The
That's
only
the prime
problem
timeline.
is that the Democrats in our timeline.
And then
And the thing is, she'd
AOC
be president now because she would have ran right after the 2 terms, right?
And then AOC would be Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem in this timeline is that the Democratic Party didn't want 2 East Coast liberals being president and vice president. That's what they didn't want.
Thanks, California. Super delegates and such. But maybe Crockett is the Speaker of the House, and then
Ooh.
AOC takes Schumer's spot in the Senate and becomes president of the Senate.
We can only hope. So
There's still time.
We can dream.
Senator Warren content.
Good content.
A.
As a.
Yeah. Solid A.
Senator Warren delivery.
I like the low key like counterpunch kind of play that her and Bernie, because they used to get up there and they get all red in the face and they'd be yelling. And we're like, this is great.
Yeah.
Now they're like pumping them for information like an interrogation now. And I think I like that better.
Yeah. It's more like a FBI briefing or something. Yeah. It's like,
Right.
all right, since the other way wasn't getting you, now we're going to go this way and just make you embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
So explain to me about kicking the 16 million people off. You know what I mean?
You're
uppity women now.
That number's off by 5 million. Oh, so explain to me about kicking 11 million people off that.
Yeah. Not taking the bait and just like, oh, right, it is worse than I thought. Okay. Then continuing on with the line of questioning, like not letting them rattle you.
I did like her questioning of like, why is it okay to balloon the deficit over tax cuts?
Oh my God. Yeah.
But it's not okay to balloon the deficit over people's health insurance and Medicaid, like
or student debt, or income
People-
equality.
People
or...
with diabetes and asthma. Fuck them. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her an A on delivery. I think.
Yeah, I can live with that.
So, yeah.
It's not yelling, but it's better, I think.
Yeah.
Better
Yeah.
questioning.
No. And it's smart questioning because he trapped himself a couple of times there, especially
he
when
did.
she got him to say that the triple B would balloon the deficit, because that was her question, and he said it. He said that he didn't agree with the Congressional Budget Office, but that's what's going to happen.
And he tried to explain it by saying, but the tariffs are going to bring in this money.
Right.
Yeah.
One, there is no bill for the tariffs.
Right.
2, we don't know where that money's actually going to go.
Yeah.
Who knows if that money will ever see like the federal?
We're never
Go
going
to
to see
the
that
fucking
money.
deficit. They're going to redirect that right to the billionaires' pockets. So-
And finally for Senator Warren, vibes.
She's vibing.
She be
She was
vibing.
vibing.
That's an A plus.
A
That's
plus.
an A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, I'm with it.
A plus. Yeah, no, she rocked it today. This is one of her better
100%.
She presented herself really well.
It's almost S for how she trapped him.
Yeah,
It's damn
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is her first time on the board, so
Was she before or after Bernie? Do you know in this line of questioning?
I think in the line of questioning she was before Bernie. I think she's more
Really?
senior on the committee than Bernie is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be the other way around because I figured Bernie would have got him flustered and then she got him because she got him.
I actually think Bernie is to her left,
So,
like her or her right. Bernie's to her right.
Yeah,
Screen
I
left.
think she got him better than Bernie did, though. So,
so guys, now we have to rate Secretary Bessent
over his 2 performances.
for his
Pineapple,
performances.
pineapple.
Oh no! What?
You put the pineapple in the coconut and drink it all up.
The words that he said were just wishy-washy, dodgy bullshit.
The lies that he spoke and the
That's a hard F.
So
it's
a hard F, yeah.
Unredeeming F.
The content, hard F, yeah.
His delivery
was weird. Was
also
really,
F, like he can't.
That eye closing thing Mark kept saying, that was just off-putting.
He's taking a nap when he's trying to think about what he wants to say.
Yeah.
It's the benzos, baby.
The benzos.
Do you guys remember it was in like that X-Men movie, but it was like the senator whose kid was Angel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he was like really weird, and then like he was like sliding through the bars himself or whatever.
Yep.
Oh,
that's Scott Besson, bro. That's him.
I knew it.
That's him as fuck.
Is it a coincidence that they were at Alcatraz in that movie?
Oh,
I think not.
God.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh
dude,
my
does
God.
he think he's Magneto? Oh my God, he thinks he's fucking Magneto.
Was that Alcatraz?
It was Alcatraz.
Yeah.
It was bought by that private company and turned into medical research.
Yeah.
To cure mutant crap or whatever. It's been a long time since I saw one of the better X-Men movies.
I vaguely remember seeing the Statue of Liberty in the background. I thought it was New York.
They traveled in the X-Jet.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
Was there scenes on each coast? Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. Or is that the first and second movie?
Guys, there's some crazy breaking news.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I think Israel just attacked Iran.
Oh yeah, I heard they were thinking about doing that today.
Yeah, they've been talking about it.
Seriously?
World War Middle East.
Oh
Awesome.
shit!
What a great idea.
All right, so let's throw these two. We. Damn it!
No audio.
Oh, no audio. Let's see if we can get some audio here.
Israeli attacks on Iran.
No,
I think it's clear that there has
just
been
hit the mute
coordination
button.
with the United States.
No, I'm saying we couldn't hear
Secretary
him.
of
Like,
State Marco Rubio issued a statement recently saying the United States had nothing to do with this.
we were having
I
talks
don't
with
think the Iranian regime will see it that way. So we need to watch and see what the reaction is going to be in the hours and days.
Here, I'll read some of these little quick headlines here. Israel launched strikes on Iran early Friday, local time, a dramatic escalation in the long-running tensions between the two countries. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the operation targeted Iran's nuclear program and will continue for as many days as it takes to remove the threat.
Wow.
Wasn't he supposed to be removed here next week or something?
Yep, they were just about to kick off the fucking vote of no confidence for Chancellor Valorum.
And he started another war.
He started another war.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
The IRGC has confirmed the commander Hossein Soleimani. Oh boy,
Oh,
sorry if
I
I'm butchering
the
things.
Iranian Revolutionary Guard.
Yeah, he was killed. Soleimani was in the
that's
headquarters of Tehran when he was killed in Israel's attacks on the building. The United States was not involved in the action. The Trump administration.
Yeah, that's what
said,
that is our official fucking statement. We do not want that smoke. That is completely unwarranted and unnecessary. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
The IDF said that
Unreal.
it used dozens of Israeli Air Force jets in this morning's strikes on Iran.
I mean,
The IDF
US
said that
jets
the
you
jets
bought.
completed the first stage of its targeted nuclear targets in the different parts of the country. And the Israeli military called the strikes a preemptive operation against Iran's nuclear program.
Fuck.
That was a stupid move.
Senator Murphy said that the attacks were meant to scuttle Trump's talks.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, as we've kind of seen in several different examples now, strong men like Trump because he's easy to manipulate. You know what I mean? Like they can get whatever they want. Like that's the problem with having like this super bureaucratic like government setup is because you got to convince 230 something people to all vote the certain way, and then like it doesn't work. But if you have just one idiot who's just going to try to take over everything and he wants to unilaterally decide things, they love that shit because they can manipulate that into their best interest.
All right, well,
awesome.
That's fucked up.
So just a question. There was the skirmish there, almost like could have broken a war between India and Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
I think that's still hot over there.
But it's very hot, still very hot, yes. And now there's this shit that's going on. There's also the escalated shit that's. Do you think any of this would be going on if a strong president was in the United States?
No.
I'm not even saying Republican or Democrat. I'm just saying somebody that's not Trump, that's not fucking the sycophant to everybody.
No. I think Trump's not even a sycophant. He has dementia. He doesn't know. He was caught saying today he was talking against ICE and saying he doesn't agree with what ICE is doing. He said that today.
So yeah, he might have dementia too, but
he's insane.
He's sucking Putin's dick though too. So he's
also
true.
Drinking the piss, as they say.
So yeah, sorry, I saw that in one of my feeds and was like, oh fuck, that happened. So let's finish Besson and then we can fucking get out of here.
So,
Mikey Famine is a sexy piece.
there's your super fan.
Brandon, you're gonna address me like a human being, or I'm gonna ban you myself, and I'm gonna hurt your feelings. So don't do it to yourself. Just be nice.
I'll unban you.
I'm gonna need you to not undercut me in front of the children, Mark.
So we did content and presentation, right?
I'm here for my delivery.
And delivery. So presentation. The looking down thing was really off-putting.
Yeah, and baby. Also, he's just dressed like a corporate asshole. Like
so
D+.
D.
Pull it back up.
Yeah.
Pull him back up.
I was thinking C, honestly.
Hold
I was
on
thinking
1 second.
C. He's not a full fail.
Hold on 1 second.
D for
but
corporate.
But I'm Canadian,
dumbass.
so D is a fail to me, right? So just keep that in mind.
D's get degrees, Ollies, in the United States.
Wow.
I can't believe you guys are being so homophobic with your rating.
What?
So presentation. Yeah, no, he's just dressed like a corporate asshole. Look at him.
Yeah.
D+.
He looks like that dude from X. I'm gonna make
Stop
him
locking up your angel son. Stop it.
Let Angel be free.
Let Angel go. Hashtag let Angel go.
Angel's dad. Is that what I put? In
I think it's it's X-Men Last Stand. Angel's
Warren Worthington.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like a Scott Besson.
He might not be a senator in that. He might just be like a pharmaceutical company rep, but like corporate asshole, same thing.
Images.
You know what he looks like? Have any of you guys seen I mean you must have, but the movie Ready Player One?
Yep.
He's the evil corporate guy from Ready Player One. He looks exactly fucking like him.
I need a shot of him sliding through the fence. What is this bullshit? They got all these cartoons. I don't want the drawn comics. Bar going through bar. This is gonna be my background picture for like the next week.
Okay.
Just because it's body horror.
Yes.
Yep. Looks
so
like a pitch.
Vibes on
that
Scott
just
Besson?
slimy. He made you like it. You shook his hand, and when your hand came back, he definitely had
was
to
wet.
wipe it off on something.
It was wet.
You know.
But why is your hand wet?
Yeah. Why? It's not sweat. It's
There's no
something.
sink in here.
Yeah.
He went to the bathroom, didn't wash his hands, and his hands are still wet.
Yeah.
and he's been touching everything with his wet hands.
Yeah.
He's over there. He just over there. He just got an eyelash out of somebody's face.
Hello.
Oh, you got one right here. You got. You got a little.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And you got pink eye.
Pink eye, yeah.
We're gonna call it
That's
Besset Eye.
Besset pink eye.
Besset eye.
I'm gonna
Maybe
give
pink
him.
eye.
I'm gonna give him a D for just being a stooge for Trump because
I
that's
was
all he's
giving him an
doing.
F. He's an F. He failed.
F plus.
Mikey.
You know, I'm all about F. Fuck this guy.
Fuck him.
He's a jerk.
He's
a
big
turd
meanie.
burglar.
So that is it. Let me see if there's any adjustments to the old rankings.
Did Warren get herself on there? All A's? Maybe not.
No.
Of course, she's
no.
a straight A student. Let's look
I mean,
at her.
A's is good, but to get on the board, you got to be
You
better
need
than
an S.
good.
You need a couple S's. Yeah.
People have inspired us a few times. We might have gotten into our feelings a little bit.
Yeah.
We might have said some things out of pocket.
I don't think there's any changes either way. I mean, I'll crunch the numbers later. We're getting pretty there's a lot now. But a cursory glance, I don't think anyone made anything one way or the other. Because also to be bad, you got to be fucking terrible at this
Horrible.
point.
Horrible. And Gutfeld was already there, so he's not going down any further.
He can't beat himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's your worst five, and I guess descending order. Trump, Elon, Peterson, RFK, and still the GOAT, Greg Gutfeld.
Goatfeld, more like it.
Goatfeld.
Am I right?
Nutfeld.
And the top five. Starting at number 5, Senator Bernie Sanders.
Bernard Sandrico.
Senator Tammy Duckworth.
Oh man, where's she from?
Representative Underwood.
Oh man, where's she from? I literally got both of my reps up there. I am such a dick. I fucking look and there's so many clips of them, and I only grab the best ones.
This is why I don't play the clip game with them.
You gotta cheat, Ollie. If you want your fucking city to be represented, you have to fucking cheat.
And, number 2, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't like Elon Musk. I'm gonna say it 50,000 times.
And number 1, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Connecticut representative John Larson.
Racist.
Yo. What? Yo, white people are crazy.
Little jab.
Trying to get my man's canceled. I knew he was a racist. Like, wait, he was joking. Oh.
So that is it for the show.
It is.
I'm gonna make these guys watch some more Greg Gutfeld.
Oh,
and
do it.
we're gonna post that
I'm
up
going
on
to bed.
YouTube later.
Oh, no.
No, you're not going to bed yet.
My kid's crying. Don't you hear her?
I don't
My
hear.
dog needs to go out.
See, yeah, my dog back there,
His
he
dog
really needs
is
to go outside.
His dog needs to go out, so I gotta go.
Yeah.
Mark, your dog is dead to the world right
Your
now.
dog is literally in frame.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that before you use the
I
dog
know.
excuse.
He looks like Simba in The Lion King in the desert.
Oh, too soon.
He's a cutie.
Is that Cash?
This is Axel.
Axel Rose.
Axel Rose.
He's like Pet Me More. Yes, pet
You
me.
woke me up. You better scratch my belly.
And then
Yeah.
the other one's the boxer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's probably sleeping in the other room.
Also sleeping.
So
Mine's right there sleeping.
yeah,
The
these
boom
dogs are all
boom.
sleeping. I
My
don't hear
dog.
zero barking, so
And I should be sleeping, but no, I should be watching more
You're
Gutfeld.
gonna watch more Gutfeld. Yes. So
Can't sleep. There's more Gutfeld to watch.
yeah, like and subscribe on the YouTube. Become a member because you're gonna watch me torture these people. And
Is that the prize for getting a membership? We have to eat a little bit more pineapple every month to make them happy.
Yeah.
Yes, Gina, thank you. Thank you. I vote to replace Tim with Gina.
And Gina has usurped the throne.
so
The cheese throne.
Long live
become a member on YouTube. like and subscribe. Also, patreon.com/spinpodcast. The same thing is going to go on to Patreon too. So if you become a patron, you'll be able to see the extra Gutfeld content. And we will see you next time.
We love you.
Cheers.